Hey everybody, welcome to Wacky Wednesday number 42 on the Mana League. I'm John as always, and today we're going to be doing some more Holiday Cube drafting, which I was wrong. It was never renamed. It's still known as the Holiday Cube Draft. So we're going to jump into a 3-round Swiss Cube Draft and see how we can do just before Magic Origins comes out this weekend. So I'll see you guys for Pack 1, Pick 1. Alright, here we are for Pack 1, Pick 1, and oh my, it's a Black Lotus, so I think we're going to take that. It leaves me open. It's going to go in every single deck I ever play. I've never played with Black Lotus. So yeah, we're going to take the most expensive card in the history of Magic. Also in this pack, there's a Buried Alive if I wanted to try to do some Reanimator stuff. There's Birthing Pod, Wheel of Fortune. There's just a Sword. Yeah, kind of a cool pack, but we're not passing up Black Lotus. No chance. Are we passing that up? Alright, so the real Pack 1 Pick 1. We've got another piece of the Power 9, a Time Twister. It's Days Undoing, except not. We've got an Ajani, a Vengevine, Natural Order. I shouldn't go green just yet again. Ophiomancer. If you control no snakes, get a snake. Worn Power Stone. It's just a mana rock. I could go anywhere, couldn't I? So is Time Twister any good? Each player shuffles their hand into the graveyard, draw 7. It's exactly Days Undoing, except it doesn't end the turn. So I guess I could go, like, Control-y. Don't necessarily want to do that. There's no Johnny. Vengevine's just good. I don't know where I want to go here. I don't know where I want to go. Let's take Time Twister, I guess, and consider Control as an option. Nevinril's Disc helps a little bit. Brainstorm is just solid, as is Snapcaster. I think Snappy might be the pick here if we're going to go Control. There's a Sword, which would keep me open. Oath of Druids is fun. But let's take Snappy. Let's explore the Control route. Oof, Grizzlebrand. True name Nemesis. Not too shabby. Grizzlebrand and Phyrexian Obliterator in the same pack. Both very solid reanimation targets. So there could be people fighting over Reanimator. Let's just take True Name. Let's stick to blue for the time being. Need to get some of the good control. Counterspell, stuff like that. Alright, and here we get Volcanic Island if I want to go blue-red. Deceiver Exarch doesn't do too much unless I'm Splinter Twin. Goblin Welder. Council's Judgment is control-ish. I could go blue-white control and get a good flyer or something at the end. Blue-green control is an option with Mystic Snake. I think I might like the Council's Judgment a little bit more, so let's take it. Oof, an Emrakul. If we're going to go blue control, we've got a Jace. I doubt I could really justify in a control deck planning to get to 15 mana. But I could go control Sneak and Show. I could go control something to get that out. You know, I'm not dedicated to a deck just yet. This Jace is kind of a weak pick. There's a Living Death, which puts me down a different route entirely. Let's take the Emrakul and see what we can get. Keep an eye out for a way to get that in. All right, what do we got here? We've got an Augur, which is good for blue. What's Nether Void? Whenever a player casts a spell, counter it unless that player pays 3. World Enchantment still exists as a type? Huh, interesting. Well, I mean, it hits me too, which is a bit of a pain. Augur seems like the pick, maybe. I could go blue-red Counterburn with Gutter Snipe. Well, maybe Counterburn's what I want to do. Yeah, let's try Counterburn. Sorry, Emrakul. Sorry, Council's Judgment. Ooh, Inferno Titan. Ooh, Lightning Strike. Ooh, Force Spike. I mean, Lightning Strike's awesome, but I figure Inferno Titan can be our finisher in Counterburn. And Lightning Strike's great, but we can pick up another one. So, yeah, let's take Inferno Titan. Flame Tongue Kavu, Mana Leak, Duplicant, exile a non-token creature from the battlefield. Interesting. I think we'll just take Mana Leak. I mean, we kind of have to. We are the Mana Leak. Flame Tongue Kavu is pretty good, but don't super need it, so let's take the leak. Alright, we get a Faithless Looting, which could be good for digging. We get a Scroll Rack. Exile any number of cards from your hand face down. Put that many cards on top of your library into your hand. Put the exile cards on top of your library. Kind of a cool card. Pretty useful. Probably what I should take. Haven't super played with it, so I'm not sure I want to risk going into that. No, let's do it. Let's do it. It's Wacky Wednesday. It's time to learn some new stuff and make some hilariously bad mistakes. And Emrakul, I'm sorry, but you're going off to the side. Alright, we get a disc, which could be good, because we're hopefully not going to be playing a ton of permanents down. And really, there's not much else here for us, so let's take the disc. Hallowed Fountain could be pretty good. And I think that's about all there is for us. Let's take the Fountain. Still can't really let us splash the Judgment, unfortunately, but who knows what else we might pick up. Well, Mystic Snake came back around, so we could take that and splash a green. We're not going to play the other two cards. Let's take it for the time being. Well, actually Wildfire. Each player sacks 4 lands, Wildfire deals. Maybe we play it. Probably not, but maybe. Staff of Domination on tap. Pay 2 tap, gain a life, 3 tap on tap, 4 tap, tap, 5 tap, draw. Interesting. Don't really want that. Alright, what do we get here? Library of Alexandria. Draw a card, activate this ability only if you have exactly 7 cards in your hand. Mana Drain looks pretty good. Counter target spell at the beginning of your next main phase. Add X to your mana, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. It's counter spell, but even better. It's probably what we're going to take. Trinket Mage, Riftling Cloudskate. Incinerate might come back around, but we're going to take Mana Drain. Control Magic, I like the looks of that. We get to take whatever we don't counter. Otherwise, we've got not much. Through the Breach. Put a creature card, battlefield, gains haste, sack it at the beginning of the next end step. Could be a way of getting Emrakul down, but a little bit cute. I think we're just going to take Control Magic, because we're certainly blue. We don't necessarily have to go red yet. May still end up going that way, but we'll see. Well, for red, we've got ourselves a Bonfire of the Damned, which is pretty good. Tinker, I sack an artifact, I search my library for an artifact, and put it on the battlefield, and shuffle your library. We don't have anything we super want to get just yet. Thada Adele, 2/2 Island Walk. Whenever it deals combat damage, search that player's library for an artifact, exile it. Until end of the turn, I can play that artifact. Cool. But I think we might just take the Bonfire here. Continue the counter burn idea. Alright, what do we get here? Zurgo's not quite what we're doing. Fire and Ice, I think, is. Venzer. When he enters the battlefield, I can bounce something back to my hand or my opponent's hand. My choice. I think Fire and Ice is probably just a little bit more what we're doing. So let's take it. I'd like to get another way of finishing the game in addition to Inferno Titan. I guess Control Magic can grab me kind of what I need from my opponent's board as well. Alright, what do we got here? Not much. Burst Lightning. Or Tarmogoyf. Do we take the Burst Lightning or do we take the Tarmogoyf? We take the Burst Lightning. It's not a foil Tarmogoyf, so it doesn't even matter. For anybody who doesn't know what that refers to, you should follow the tournament scene. Yeah, let's take Burst Lightning. Firebolt. Kargan Dragon Lord, I guess, could be a finisher-ish. I think I maybe just want the Firebolt, though. Yeah, let's take the Firebolt. All right, here we've got a Thundermaw Hellkite. That sounds like a finisher to me. There's a young Pyromancer, but I don't quite think we're going to be able to go off with it. And I'd rather take the finisher card while I can, so Thundermaw Hellkite. And let's get rid of that Mystic Snake. I don't know that we're going to splash for it at all. Bazaar of Baghdad. Draw 2 cards, then discard 3 cards. No, I won't be doing that. Metalworker. Tap, reveal any number of artifact cards in your hand, add 2 mana. No. So we're looking at the red card. Zealous Conscript or Searing Blaze. 1 damage to target player and 1 damage to target creature that player controls. If you got a land enter, then it does 3 and 3. Or just Zealous Conscripts. I think I just like Zealous Conscripts here. Yeah, let's take it. Hey, Incinerate came back around. Trinket Mage, 2/2. Enters the battlefield, search your library for an artifact cost with CMC 1 or less. Reveal it, put it in your hand. If you do, shuffle your library. So I can Trinket Mage for my Lotus. I think we'll just take the Incinerate, though. Through the Breach. Not really gonna use it, I don't think. So there's not much here for us. Not much here for us at all. What hurts us the most? Well, I guess somebody comboing with Through the Breach. So let's take it. Eureka is still kicking around. I love that card. Pack Rat, probably a bit more dangerous. Yeah, let's take the Pack Rat. Not much going on here. Could take the Reckoner and play it, I suppose. Triple red. Don't super want to, but we'll see. Domri Raid, splash a green for it, except it doesn't really do anything in a super creature light deck. Probably still the card I don't want to see, so let's take it. 6 creature deck so far. Ah, yeah. Need a bit more counter. Haven't seen Counterspell come around yet. Winter Orb. I mean, I kind of need my lands as well. Let's take Bloodbraid. Hypnotic Spectre, sideboard. All right, come on, pack 3. Give me some good stuff. Give me some good stuff to finish this deck off. Mock Sapphire, that'll do it. I mean, Karn is actually really good and potentially important to my deck. Oh, but Mock Sapphire. It's Wacky Wednesday. We're taking the Mocks. Mock Sapphire, Black Lotus. That's an expensive deck. All right, Blightsteel. Do I think I can get to 12? Not sure about that. Ancestral Vision, Mana War, Monastery, Swift Spear, Firestorm, Lotus Eye Diamond. Yeah, I just don't know if I can actually get to 12. Feels a little bit greedy. So maybe I take the Vision. Yeah, let's take the Vision. Progenitus, we're not casting that. Mind's Desire, that's the Storm one that I lost to last week. The one time, anyways. Maloku, flying, 1, return a land you control, put a 1/1 blue creature with flying onto the battlefield. I mean, that maybe has a bit of inevitability in it. Dual Caster Mage, I could copy my burn spells, I suppose. And I can copy whatever my opponent's playing. Be nice to copy Bonfire with it. Yeah, let's take Dual Caster. Char, I like that. Force of Will, I like that. Punishing Fire. So Char or Force of Will? I think we take Force of Will. Yep, Force of Will. With a Mox and a Lotus, I can probably play 24 spells. Let's see what we get in the last part of the pack here. Well, we get a Delver, which is nice. Treachery. When Treachery enters the battlefield on tap up to 5 lands, so it's free. Gush. Draw 2 cards. I like Gush. I like Treachery. I like Delver. Orf. I want all those cards. I think we'll take Delver. Just make sure we have a bit of early game here. But I would have loved either of those cards. We'll see if one comes back around, but don't know if we'll get one of those two back around or not. Hey, there's Counterspell. I knew it had to be in this cube somewhere. So there we go. There's our deck as it stands. Scalding Tarn works, but I think I want a Remand more than that. So we can take a Remand and cut out... What's our weakest card? Maybe just the Scroll Rack. I mean, I don't think that's the weakest card, but I think it's the one that I'm probably a little bit more willing to cut. Yeah, let's cut the Scroll Rack for the time being. And what do we got here? Grim Lavamancer. I've never seen that art on Grim Lavamancer before. Huh. So we've got a Grim Lavamancer, Plateau, Mishra's Workshop. No. Not much going on here. I don't know if we'd play Grim Lavamancer over anything else. Not really. But I guess we can take it. Mizium Mortars. Tezzeret. What do you do exactly? You want artifacts. I'm not going to have many. Search your library for an artifact. Put it on the battlefield. Yeah, sorry, Tez. Mizium Mortars, I guess, is the pick, and I think it'll be sideboard, maybe, against tokens or something. Because I want those cards, and I want those cards, and I want those cards, except for maybe Time Twister. I'm not sure. Ooh, Spellskite. Lion-Eyed Diamond. So you have to sack it and discard your hand to get your Black Lotus. Activate this ability only when you could cast an instant, which is almost always. Yeah, I guess let's take Spellskite as a sideboard card, maybe, if we're up against a better burn deck or something. Well, there's Moloku. I don't think we'll play her, but we can take her. And what do we got here? Not much. Let's take a Johnny. Let's cut a card from White Weenie. Nothing here for us. Let's take the Reanimator card. Let's take Survival of the Fittest. And finish up with a Taiga. So I think that's our deck. I think that is our deck. Get to play with a couple pieces of power. A few pieces of power, actually. 3 of the 9. Time Twister, Black Lotus, and Mock Sapphire. Force of Will, Control Magic. Some fun stuff kicking around in there. Yeah, so let's add ourselves some basic lands. 8/8. Sounds good. I will submit that deck, and we'll see how we go. So I'll see you guys for round 1.